Remember the 5th of November. Something, gunpowder, something. What's up, everyone? It's Odin. I'm driving to work. It is the 5th of November. So I've been hearing everyone quote V for Vendetta all fucking day. Already they're out. Guy Fawkes masks everywhere. Not really. But it is interesting that this falls shortly after an election. We just had our election to vote the King of United States of America. King President. And we still don't know who it is. It's funny because I'm so neutral on a lot of it, but one thing, my little prediction was whichever side wins, red or blue. I mean, we've joked about Bloods and Crips. When I was a teenager, that was the thing. We had all these movies, Bloods and Crips, colors, and and in this country we have Bloods and Crips fighting against each other, red and blue. But my prediction was whatever side wins, it's guaranteed the other side will throw a fit and claim fraud, claim foul play, as it were. With an election as tight as this, they've all been tight. This country's split 50-50. When a country's split 50-50, it's always going to come down to the wire. It's like a good Super Bowl or heavyweight match where they're equally matched, but not a good one. It's like the shittiest teams playing against each other is kind of more what it's like. Anyway, so we'll find out that, and it's the 5th of November. Making me think of V for Vendetta because everyone talking about it this morning. Whereas what I'm reading right now is Alan Moore. Not V for Vendetta, but I've been reading Swamp Thing. His run on Swamp Thing, which is glorious. And the artwork was also glorious. And, yeah, so that's what I'm doing. I'm on my way to work. Gotta go make the money. For those who don't know, I am a packaging designer by day. Mild-mannered packaging designer by day. And, that means I'm a structural designer. I'm not a graphic designer. Structural designer is basically a glorified origami creator, because what I'm doing is taking flat objects and turning them into three-dimensional objects when they're all folded up. So it's origami, basically. But there's a little engineering to it. I always hesitate to call myself an engineer because I'm a designer. But there is some engineering involved. But yeah, I design everything from industrial packaging to agricultural packaging to displays. And, I spend a lot of time just basically punching in some numbers to create shipping boxes. It's so exciting. And actually, I do like my job. I do like how every project's a little different. I mean, a lot of them are pretty close to the same. Especially at this point, I've seen and done most things. But every once in a while, I get a project where I'm like, oh, something interesting, something new and exciting to design. But yeah, I like my job. It pays the bills. I'm respected at work, so I'm the only designer at our plant in where I work. We have another one in the Seattle area where I used to work, and there's several other designers there. But where I'm at, I'm the only one. And everyone just lets me do what I need to do, and no one is down my throat bugging me about this or that. I'm also a quality administrator at my work to fill in the blanks, because sometimes the workflow is uneven. I'll get tons of projects, and then I'll knock them all out, and then nothing for a while. So I had to pick up another job title to one, make a little bit more money, but two, to cure the times when there's boredom. So I also do quality administration. So I have 2 bosses, but they're both very cool. They're both, trust me and let me do my job and don't micromanage or anything like that. So it's not bad. What else is going on? Not much. It's all election talk. And like I was joking, it's Bloods and Crips, and this country's 50-50 split, and it's been like this the past however many elections, and then every single time they're like, this is the most important election of life. And I'm like, if it was the most important election of our life, wouldn't we get better candidates? Like, if it was so important, don't you think we'd get better people to represent? And that's why it's hard to take serious. I felt last election was probably worse, actually. Because it was Donald Trump. And last election was Hillary Clinton. And I'm like, this is a joke, right? This is just total shit. And I believe the Democratic Party would have won if they would have nominated Bernie Sanders. And so I figured they would learn from that mistake. Of course not. Same thing happened this election cycle, which is they put in somebody that no one's gonna be super excited to be behind. Like, the only reason they can get excited is that it's their chance to beat the other guys, to beat Donald Trump. And then the conservatives, when last election, when Donald Trump got the campaign, I went, this is a joke, right? So it's just fun times. And people are like, what do you think is going to happen? And I'm like, well, whatever happens, I'm going to lose. It would be like the Patriots versus the Raiders in being a Broncos fan. Patriots versus Raiders in the AFC Championship game, and they'd be like, who are you going for? And I'm like, well, whoever wins, I lose. I'm not going for either. So, anywho, so we'll find out soon, I guess. I mean, this is the most drawn out that I don't know. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's always like this. I can't remember. And I'm always a third-party person because I think somehow the people got to say, we're not happy with these horrible candidates. Can you please give us something better? Just squeeze yourself right in there, bud. Anyway, I've got a long commute every morning. The sky was super beautiful this morning. It was a very vibrant blue with, like, underneath the clouds, that little purplish hue that happens when you're getting a nice sunrise. Yeah. So that's all I gotta say. I was just making a little commentary on Remember the 5th of November. And I wish I knew the whole thing, even though I don't, but just so I could quote it properly. Because I like doing the voice. I thought it was Hugo Weaving. I always like him. Thought he was great. And the movie was great. Comic book was great. Classic, actually. And I think there's been talk of them making a remake where Eva becomes V and all that. And I think that's what happens, but I don't know. I think it's just leave it alone. I say that all the time, and they always make remakes, they always make sequels, and I'm like, just leave it alone already. It stands solid right now. Like, why fuck it up? So, Anyway, about to get on the freeway. It's going to get louder. Y'all have a great day. This is Odin. See ya.